Alright, let's get this going. So, my presentation is on South Carolina, and my name's Phil Nork. General information about South Carolina. The state of South Carolina is actually just called the state of South Carolina. It doesn't have a special name like some of the other states do. But when it was part of the British American colonies, it was called the province of South Carolina. It was originally organized as this province in 1663 under the British, and its first settlement came 7 years after in 1670 at Charlestown. Its date of admission into the United States was May 23rd, 1788, and during the Civil War, its status was with the South. It was actually the first state to secede from the Union and become the Confederacy, so that's pretty cool. The state capital is Columbia. There's 46 counties, and then as of 2012, the population was estimated to be 4.719 million. In Congress, South Carolina has 7 representatives in the House. As of 2018, there are 6 Republicans and 1 Democrat, and then they get 2 senators, both of which are Republican. Geography, its total state land area is 30,941.69 square miles, and it has 2,876 miles of coastal length. Its minimum elevation is 0 feet because South Carolina meets the Atlantic Ocean, and its maximum elevation is at 3,560 feet above sea level. Its highest recorded temperature was at 113 degrees Fahrenheit in 2012, and its lowest temperature is negative 19 degrees Fahrenheit all the way back in 1985. Its precipitation varies by area, and so inland you get about 40 to 50 inches a year. Your coastal average is closer to 50 or 60, and then in Piedmont, which is a small part of a metropolitan area, they get actually 70 inches. The largest county is Berkeley, the smallest county is Calhoun, and the average county size is 672.65 square miles. Its economy and population, South Carolina's gross state product is at 219.1 billion as of 2017, and it's ranked 26th in the U.S., and it's actually stayed consistently ranked 26th in the U.S. since 2008, which was the last other recorded instance I could find of their gross state product. They have stayed completely at 26th in the past decade. Its agricultural and mining GDPs were both contained within 40% of their total, but since neither mining nor agriculture are one of their major industries, specific data on their specific GDPs was pretty difficult to find. Their major industries, which aren't agriculture and mining, since those don't show up, are aerospace and aviation, automotive manufacturing, biotech and life science, transportation and recycling. And then their largest cities are Columbia, Charleston, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, and Rock Hill. And then earlier we mentioned Piedmont, which is a small metropolitan area. As of 2010, they only had 5,103 people living there. In here is a population bar chart based on ethnicity, and so the total population was 4,831,451, and then a majority of that is white and black, and then all the different breakdown here is pretty cool. Pacific Islander is very underrepresented in South Carolina, with only slightly over 2,000 people, clocking in at that. And then by age, the average age based on this trend seems to be between 35 and 54, which is fairly old, I would say, for an average population. Commercial attractions and landmarks. Most of South Carolina's attractions come from science-y or nature-specific things. And so the Riverbank Zoo and Garden is pretty famous, and then the DuPont Planetarium. Both of those make a lot of sense since many of the biggest industries are in aerospace, which isn't directly related to space travel. It's more around construction of planes, but it's fairly similar fields. And then life science was one of their big ones with biotechnology, and so the Riverbank Zoo and Garden kind of goes hand in hand with that. As for landmarks, the biggest 2 that I've heard of before researching were Myrtle Beach and the Historic District in Charleston. The Historic District is one of the top to see places if you ever go to South Carolina, and so that was one of the ones that I definitely wanted to highlight in this presentation. But yeah, that's my presentation about South Carolina. So hopefully everything went pretty well there. All right, cool. Thanks.